Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Worship with Gladys. If you're coming for the first time, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. On this channel, we talk about how to live a worshipful life. And today I wanted to do something a little bit different from what I've always done. I want to review a song that I just heard. I practically heard it for the first time, I think last week, although it was released in April. And it's by Anna Golden and it features Tasha Cobbs. So I have always heard about Anna Golden. Like I've heard a lot of the songs that she wrote, but I'd never really heard her sing until a few months ago when Tasha Cobbs had her I lead experience. And then from at that event also it was announced that she was releasing an album. So I was looking forward to it. And then when I eventually heard it, the first one that I heard is the Rushing In song, and that's the one I wanted to review today. It is a lovely song. So please, this is not a song bashing review. I love the song, but I had some questions. A little bit about Anna. She debuted her first single in 2015 at Israel Houghton's Depot Conference. But I first heard her, really first heard her when she was singing with Tasha Cobbs and Todd Galbert, another one phenomenal worship leader, and Pastor John Gray's church. That's when I really started getting exposed to her. So for the song, it is titled Rushing In. It features Tasha Cobbs. I think Anna Golden is actually Tasha's first artist on her new record label. All right, so the song titled Rushing In. I'm going to play a bit of it, a snippet of it. I don't want YouTube to come after me for copyright, but I'll play a snippet of it. It is on YouTube. You can certainly play the full thing so that you know exactly what I'm talking about. The song, it's a lovely song. And then at the end of the video, I'm also going to put a link to the song in the description so that you can go watch it and go listen to it. It's a very powerful song, and at the end of this video, you know why I said that, because now I have a better understanding of the lyrics. I feel hope rising in this room, the kind of faith that makes the mountains move. I can feel the turning of the tides. You're rushing in, you're rushing in. I can see your glory here. Miracles we have read about. I can hear a generation cry. You're rushing in, you're rushing in. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there. So I had some questions. I love from the beginning where it says, I feel hope rising in the room, the kind of faith that makes the mountains move. And I'm sorry, I'm looking down because I'm reading to you. I can feel the turning of the tides. You're rushing in, you're rushing in. So my first question was, who's rushing in? God? So I can see your glory here and now, the miracles that we have read about. I can hear a generation cry, you're rushing in, you're rushing in. Okay, come on in and bring revival. You're welcome. Take your seat. We're prepared for your revival. Have your way. Please never leave. Can we make God leave a place? Now, this is where I was kind of stuck. When you show up, everything has to fade away. When you show up, every chain, it has to break. When you show up, darkness, it has to flee. When you show up, nothing can stay the same. And I said I was stuck, right? I was stuck because if God is omnipresent, if He's everywhere, if there is no location where He cannot or He does not inhabit, why would we still need Him to show up? That was the premise of my question. So I reached out to some of my worship leader friends on a Facebook group that I belong to, and another one on a Christian YouTube group. And I had to call in people, people like-minded people who also lead worship, and the main thing that came out of my asking was there is a difference between the omnipresence of God and the manifest presence of God. So let me say that again. There's a difference between the omnipresence of God, and the manifested presence of God. When you show up, everything has to fade away. When you show up, every chain has to break. When you show up, darkness has to flee. And when you show up, nothing can stay the same. So it's not that God isn't already there, but when we cry out to him, and we begin to, his manifest presence is now known. Like he shows himself. So there are times, right, in life where things get cloudy. Life gets cloudy. Life gets dark. We stop. I know for me, there was a time where I thought I wasn't hearing God anymore, or I wasn't going to hearing God clearly, or God wasn't hearing me. But it was not on God's side. The not hearing and all that, it wasn't on God's side, because God never moves. God didn't move away from me. I moved away from God because I allowed life to take me away bit by bit, inch by inch, and I wasn't paying attention. I was losing focus. And so, of course, the farther away I was from God, the harder it was for me to hear him. So I think I now understand, because I went back to that group, and I got a lot of things back, and I'm going to read some of them to you. One said that the lyrics were referring to the manifest presence, which is essentially the atmosphere of heaven. And another one said there are figures of speech to say that God is moving in a certain area. When he does, nothing can stop him. It's like when we invite the Holy Spirit into a meeting or service, we know that he's already there. We're just surrendering to him to have his way. So it's not that God is not there. God is everywhere, but there are varying degrees of the awareness of God in the place. So I think she was just expressing, I know I'm sure that there's a story behind the song. And so if I put myself in the song, I think it was a place where she had cried out for God. And maybe let me put myself there. I cried out to God when I wasn't hearing, when I felt like I wasn't hearing. But there were things that I had to do. I had to quiet the noise. If you've been on this channel a lot, you will hear me say that. I had to quiet the noise. I had to remove the things that were not letting me hear God. And so for me, with this song, in connection to this song, for me, it's been in the dark for a while, and then the light comes on. There's it's brighter. That's the way, when you think that you weren't hearing God before, you're hearing faint, and all of a sudden one day you hear his voice really loud and really clear. I got stuck. I was a little bit stuck on that for a while, but then I think my interpretation of that part is that he came to my rescue. I know there's another song, that there's a worship song that we sing. I called, you answered, and you came to my rescue, and I wanna be where you are. That's what came to my mind when I started thinking about that rushing in part. Because if you see, it says, I can see your glory here and now. That's verse 2. The miracles that we have read about, I can hear a generation cry, you're rushing in, you're rushing in. I think I can hear a generation cry, and I see you coming to our rescue. I don't know. Maybe rushing in just sounded better poetically. After I read all of this, I just was more confident to allow the song to actually minister to me. And if when I need the song, if I ever get into a phase where I need some consolation in the Lord, I can always go back to this song, because it's a song that it speaks to me. I like songs that speak to me, which is why I said, it's a review. It's not a bashing, it's a review. And the song speaks to me better now than when I first heard it. it speaks better to me now. It ministers better to me now that I understand. I'm looking at the lyrics and I'm understanding. Okay, this is what she means. This is what she means. This is what she means. I'm also gonna go and see if there's a story out there why where she was at when she wrote this song, because I think a lot of if you notice a lot of the worship songs, the ones that are really sticking right now, there's a story behind them. Like you can't hear, if you listen to Maverick City, there is the songs themselves are stories, so you can easily relate to it. So, and I with talking to my Facebook friends and them telling me worship leader to worship leader, this song, us talking this song, reviewing this song together, it really, really helped me get a better understanding of it, at least theologically. So because I don't want to just sing a song just because. I don't want a song to entertain me. Like, that's just me. I want the song to speak to me. And this song certainly does. And again, it is by Anna Goldin and it featured Tasha Cobbs, and the song is Rushing In. So thank you so much for kicking with me today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up, like, share, comment. I want to read what you think about the song. And if you know a song that you want me to review, please let me know. I'll be happy to do that. I will see you in the next video.